What's up guys, welcome back to Abuela's Kitchen. As you can tell, my grandma nor my mom are here today. Many of you have been asking if my abuela is okay, and she is perfectly fine. We're all good. My uncle is the one who is a little sick, and so I ask that you keep him in your prayers. So my abuela will be on a sabbatical, and she'll be popping in and out of videos, maybe making small videos here and there. But in the meantime, I'll try and keep you guys busy with special cooking guests, other people from the family, and myself until further notice. So today I will be cooking the dish, and it's my own version, my own little mix that I have put together. I'm cooking because my mom, my aunt, and my abuela are at the hospital right now. So when they get out, they'll have a nice cooked meal. Hopefully abuela likes it and she eats it. You'll see at the end of the video when they show up, hopefully in time, while I'm still recording. Alright guys, so the dish that I'll be making for you today is chorizo hamburgers, my very own style. So I'm going to tell you what the ingredients are. Okay guys, so here are the ingredients. I bought jalapenos, and these are the sliced jalapenos just to make sure that they fit inside the bun. I also have longaniza. You can use chorizo if you want as well, but I like the kick in the flavor, the spiciness in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and use longaniza. I have queso panela cheese. You can use pepper jack cheese, which also sounds really good, but since I have jalapeno, I'm gonna be using that. And you can use King's Hawaiian bread, which I probably will be using because I am making sliders. Or you can use the regular buns, hamburger buns for yourself. I will also be needing cilantro and some lettuce. I'm using this kind of lettuce because I want to make sure abuela eats it. If you want to use romaine lettuce or any other type, of course you're welcome to do it. And of course we have the ground beef. You can also use turkey ground beef if you want. So this is all I have, and let's get started. Okay guys, so I have about 1.5 pounds of meat, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice up the chorizo so I can actually mix it. So I'm just gonna cut little pieces and you know, just tiny cubes or however you want. So just add as much longaniza or chorizo that you want. Just it's personal preference. If you want the chorizo meat to be dominant, then add a lot. If you just want a hint of it, then you know, don't add too much. Or you can eliminate this part altogether if you are not a fan of chorizo. Well, since I'm trying to cook for my abuela today, and I know she likes things with enough salt for her palate, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt to the meat. You don't really have to add too much seasoning to your meat because, well, you're gonna add the chorizo in there. And of course, you're gonna have a mix of flavors in there, but it's just personal preference, like I said. So I think the chorizo will add a very good flavor mix to the actual meat. So adding salt is just optional, but I know how us Mexicans like flavorful stuff, so there you have it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just mix this together with the meat. And you're gonna make your hamburger patties. I'm gonna make small ones because I am making sliders. But if you're making regular hamburgers, then, you know, just make sure that you make them big enough for your bun. One thing that I forgot to mention was to make sure you take off the skin from the actual longaniza and, you know, mix it. That way you don't have like the skin pieces inside. Okay, so now that it's nicely integrated, what you're gonna do is just make your little patties. Like I said, I'm making sliders, so I'm not really going to be making huge patties. Just to make sure that it doesn't stick, I'm gonna add a little bit of manteca. I just don't want the meat to stick right off the bat, so that's what I'm gonna do. You will cook this meat to personal preference. If you like it rare, don't cook it too long. If you like them nicely crisp, like my mom and my grandma, well, I'm pretty much gonna have to burn this meat to make sure that they eat it. But just cook it to your liking. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook this, give it a couple of turns, and then I'll be back to explain more, okay? I'm cooking it on low heat just to make sure that the meat cooks well. So I'm gonna give it a little flip here. Look at the chorizo juices. Alright. In the meantime, I'm going to slice up my cheese just to make sure it's nice and ready when this comes out. So why don't you guys go ahead and do that as well. Slice up your cheese, guys. Okay, I think they're pretty much done. So what I'm going to do, I like my cheese to be a little melted. And of course the heat from the meat is actually going to melt the cheese a little. But when I'm going to add that extra step. And when I've gone to Mexico, I've seen how they put the cheese on the grill and melt it, and it's so delicious. So since these are sliders, of course, I'm going to be using Hawaiian bread, so I'm going to have it handy here, so when the cheese is melted and it's ready to go. So I have my plate here, have it all ready. I guess I'll flip cheese once. Oh yeah, look at that beauty. It's ready to go. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that out and just place it on my bun nicely. Grab one of these juicy chorizo meats and boom! I'm gonna move over to the other side and finish this off. On there, look how delicious that really looks. Look at the cheese, that's like my favorite part right there. The meat is nice and toasted because that's the way my grandma and my mom like it, so that's the way I made it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some jalapenos on there. I'm gonna add cilantro. Cilantro, you guys know I love cilantro. You can eliminate this part if you don't like it. I mean, I'm just giving you guys ideas. This is not the way it's, you know, it's mandatory that it be this way, but I'm gonna add some lettuce, of course. I'm gonna add a little bit of mayo, just a little squirt, just to put some juice in it. Just a little bit. And of course you can add mustard. I know a lot of people don't like mustard. I like mustard. So since I'm gonna be eating this one while I wait, I'm gonna go ahead and add just a dab of mustard, just to give it that little kick. All right, so there it is. Oh, look at the beauty. Look at that melted cheese. And that's it, guys. Super easy, super simple. Make it anytime you want, for whatever reason you want. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite out of this. Do you guys wanna see me take a bite? All right, let me readjust the camera because I'm going solo here today. All right, let's take a bite out of this juiciness. All I can say is, So now I'll wait till the family gets here, and of course I'm gonna have another one then. Stay tuned to see if my abuela comes in, all right? ¿Te gustaron o no?
Me encantaron.
Pero no le pusiste nada, mira.
No, ya ves que bueno, yo con la coca tengo.
Bueno, pues. ¿Y a ti te gustaron?
No puedo ni hablar. Está muy buena. Tiene un sabor muy bueno.
Bueno, pues a comer.